Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live on the Web3 Network. We are so back. We're so goddamn back. Start whispering it. We're so back. Say it in my ear, ASMR style. We're so freaking back. I can't wait to get to the Garga announcement. I'm so excited for this. We had a great morning on our two X Spaces, and we're rolling into NFT Live. I had to get my Dobs suit on for all the Dobs out there. We'll talk to you in just a moment. I got some awesome co-hosts up here per usual. We're up here every single day, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Huda, I'll start with you. You're rocking my babying something. What's going on?
Yeah, just taking care of my very special kids here. My sweet baby Pengu. You know, they had a big day yesterday. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the love. Feeling a little closer bond to these guys.
Dude, potentially the biggest day that we've had on NFT Live in a long time, because other than this Yuga stuff that is going to be a huge topic, Pudgy and Walmart was huge. Bigger than the first time they got into the store.
Huge. Yeah, much bigger. I mean, it means more. It means what they did worked. It means that Walmart liked it. They wanted more of it. It means shoppers, customers wanted it. And I'm sure a lot of non-NFT people. It is funny, though, seeing people like NFT degens rolled up to the store and just buy shopping carts full of shit. Like, how much of that supply just went to like to like rich degens who were like helping the cause? We'll take it though.
Yeah, power users, right? Being able to go in there and buy more than one. Yeah, Biggie Poppins. Wow, I just saw his background.
Well,
you're officially welcome.
Honor of, right? I am amongst apes after all. Apparently, surrounded by apes. I don't know what my fate will be. We'll see.
Well, it just got better today.
Yeah. I'm gonna want to hear those takes. By the way, it's your room looks pretty dark, sir. I don't know if you got a light or something. You know,
he's just a dark person in general. You know, he's just too dark sometimes. But yeah, what a day. The reorder of Pudgy Penguins into Walmart is absolutely something that we should be talking about and celebrating. And then, yeah, the people celebrating the Daniel Alegre thing, you know, I don't know. I don't like celebrating people getting fired, but is it probably for the better? I mean, I think you were Q. I did see your post about like that interview was the nail in the coffin. Maybe so. Again, I think I wish they would just take his experience and put him in another position instead of being the front-facing CEO.
Okay. So we got to lay the context first. We often do a bad job. We just like hop into the conversation. Yeah. But for those of you that don't know, we're going to get to what this announcement was, what it means for us going forward. Because again, at this point, it's about survival. I know that sounds weird when you have NFTs valued at whatever they're valued at, current USD price, but we need some dubs. Clearly it's a big year for Bored Ape Yacht Club, but we'll get to that in just a moment. All right, I see the Dobs rolling in. David Fernando, Slick Rick. I had to wear the Dob for Ray, for the fam. Like super excited to be wearing the cream on cream with the orange beanie. So it's all over there.
That is never going to say.
Yeah, bro. Your skin tone is pretty creamy
and fucking cream on cream like that. They just do not, you know, provoke like normal fucking thoughts. But you look good, bro.
He's gonna be listing on the nut market any minute. Don't worry.
Did you guys get into that?
I didn't. Did you?
God damn it! Yes, I did.
Who got into what?
Who got into the nut market? He's pre-nutting.
I got beanies alerts on, so
there's like nuts everywhere.
Okay, real quick, Easy and Crypto, OVOT, our vibe, our tribe here on the channel. Quantum Variant, BAYC LLC. Yes, I see you, sir. OVOT fam, and also saying a moonbird amongst apes. Carrie Ross, nice to see you. And Joey saying, let's go birds. I get PTSD. I think you're talking about the Eagles, but go. Yeah, I know you're talking about the moonbirds. Go ahead.
What's going to be interesting to see the fallout from this Alegre situation, because I do wonder, like, obviously that interview.
Can we roll into that combo?
Yeah.
We need to hit him with the disclaimer, guys. Anything happen over the last 24 hours in your just local news.
Next
I know,
level.
GIF, you still got this mint coming up that I want to talk about, droppers. Biggie or Huda, let's go around the circle real quick. Did anything pop out to you? Huda, I know you were minting as well.
Right. Yeah. So the Pallate NFT that I mentioned yesterday, that was the new ERC 404 that comes from the Pandora team. So that happened yesterday. There was no public sale, but they did end up putting the leftover supply into like the liquidity pair, right, on Uniswap. So you could enter that way. And if you were very, very quick, you could get it at a pretty decent price, still more than mint, probably 2x mint, but it's probably like 5 or 6x mint right now. So I learned a bit about the tech just from getting a little exposure and getting to trade it and seeing how it works. I'm pretty smitten by it. I do think it's going to be a big deal.
Really? So please tell me, elucidate on this, please, Huda, because I followed you into the fray. Guess what? I had a fucking allow list and I didn't know it.
No shit, because you have a pill head?
Dude, yeah. I minted way back in the day. I had some pills. And so when you mentioned that, I was like, let's go check out what who's talking about this 404 shit. Crazy motherfucker. And I go in there and it's like, boom, allow listed. I was like, well, I guess
now
I'm
I gotta
into this. Exactly. But dude, it was a little scary, right? Like they had to change contracts, like they had some issues there. Right. But I'm holding on to them. So please tell me about my bags, Huda. What the hell did I get into? What did I follow you into?
Well, it was interesting last night. Like, okay, so
what's the token ticker or the ticker?
It's PLT. Let me find you the contract address. But yeah, it was really interesting. So like, I got it, again from Uniswap. That's how I bought it. I got it very early, which was great. But okay, I'm following along the action, and I see the price on OpenSea for the NFT. Right, and it's going from 0.4 to 0.5 to 0.6 and hanging around in that range, maybe up to 0.7. And then I'm watching in Uniswap and I see that it's like swinging anywhere from 0.5 up to 0.93. I'm like, dude, the arbitrage opportunities here are wild. Like they're extreme. Now, I didn't have the chance to play any of those because I get an error when I try like approving that token through OpenSea. Like for whatever reason, my MetaMask is firing off errors. Turns out though, there was an issue with the contract, right? I don't think it's impacting that. I don't think that
like
was the cause.
Right?
Yeah, because
optimization.
I think it was more that because the flip side is when I was trying to actually sell my token on Uniswap, man, it didn't matter what I set slippage at or whatever. I could not get anything through there. So
that's a scary moment.
Seems to be there, right? But it's still new. So again, went to bed. I'm like, fuck it. I mean, I'm gonna wake up and I think this will be an ETH or so. Wake up and I have Uniswap already up and there's no liquidity there. I'm like, oh fuck. I go to OpenSea and they're delisted. It says like I can't remember the wording, but like decommissioned, whatever. I'm like, what the fuck happened overnight? So long story short there. Right. Do you want to do it, Biggie?
Yeah, man. Like I did stay up at night because I knew these liquidity pools were going to drop. So I was like, let's see if I need to get the fuck out quick. And it was, there was some issues there. People were stressing out. Here's the thing, Huda, that tell me, should I be perturbed? Because like my initial mint, I had a rare one. And then they had to fucking do it again. And then my shit isn't rare anymore. And I was really pissed. But then I remembered our conversation. I was like, wait a second. That doesn't mean shit. I can just technically re-roll until I get my fucking rare again. So who cares about rarity?
That is exactly right. If you got an output that you liked, you were screwed because they did airdrop a whole new one, like new contract. That's a bummer, right? But yes, rarity won't matter much in the long run here. But again, if you're an art collector and you had an output that you just loved, well, that's where this gets a little different. Maybe spicy.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna be fudding or anything like that. But yeah, it was very annoying. I don't know. It's part of the game, right? When you go into these like very novel projects. But yeah, it was really annoying, man. I had a really good one. I could have flipped it. I was like, for the first 30 minutes, I was looking at like Blur and OpenSea, Huda, until like I saw in the chat somebody post the liquidity pool, and I was like, oh, that's right. Like there's this other side to it, right?
Right.
And like even there was some crazy arbitrage opportunities to be had. I did not fire upon them because of what was going on. I was like, I don't want to miss the snapshot or whatever the hell. But you could have like literally picked up something like on the NFT platform and then gone to Uniswap and like 2x your investment.
All right,
And
reading from this piece here, reading from this piece on Pallate, saying we were expecting more pitchforks and torches, but instead we found ourselves uplifted by an incredible show of solidarity and good vibes. P.S. We're committed to ensuring fairness for every community member. If there were any oversights in our snapshot process, please know we're on it, and we will be circling back as soon as we can. So that is the announcement there from the Pallate team. Are we still? I mean, look. First of all, before I ask you that question, Joey is coming in here saying this is all 100% financial advice. Christian following up and saying what Joey said came for the financial advice. Actually, in reality, none of this is financial advice. We are not financial advisors, so you don't really have to worry about that. You don't have to. Gif, you have anything to add on to that one?
Man, y'all knock it off over there in the comments. Y'all getting out of hand already. We're just getting started today and you're already starting trouble. Come on now. Come on, meow. Y'all know this in financial advice.
That didn't even sound like it was from Houston. That sounded like deep south. I got a couple questions here, Huda and Biggie. So Pallate's sitting at 1,600 on the token. I hope this is the right contract. It seems to be. And then Pandora as well, sitting at now 18,000, bouncing off the low of let's see, 15, maybe a little bit. No, yeah, it was about 15,000. So are you guys potentially, is this a play that you're looking at? I know you guys said you're probably already in, but I just want to, if you weren't already in.
If I weren't in, I would be watching it at the very least. I just think this whole separate side with a fungible token gets you access to a different kind of liquidity. The Pallate in particular, we've not seen a collection do that kind of volume in a long time, in a long, long time. So I would definitely be watching this. I think it's got a really cool narrative. It's got that cool tech. And again, I'm convinced that tech is going to be a part of our future here. I do.
All right.
I'm just following Huda on this. Honestly, if I did not have a mint, at mint price, I would have not degened into this, to be honest. I'm too risk averse for this type of shit right now. I don't need these emotions. I've got enough with my regular blags to fucking deal with. So, but it's cool, man. We're on the ride. Keep you posted.
All right, so we're hosting NFT Live here. Again, we do this daily, 1 p.m. Eastern. Excited to have you guys in here for what could be I think, as far as stories are concerned and the amount and the kind of largeness of them, or what word am I looking for? Just the energy behind them. Yeah, girth is not what I was looking for, but I'll take it. We do have the show that I'll link in the X post as well here as the comments over on YouTube. If you guys are watching on X, I still need to do my sharing over there. But yeah, if you guys could hit the likes, the reposts, do all of that, we see you guys watching over there. And if you are here in the YouTube chat, either live or afterwards, we see you guys OVOT. Also, shout out again to all the Dobs I'm putting on for you guys today, wearing my Dob outfit. We got Pudgy Penguins Walmart. We've got Garga returning as CEO of Yuga Labs. I do want to hit these top 5 digital artists that Roger Dickerman was able to get to this morning in GM Web 3, and then we're going to cap it all off, hopefully, even though my co-hosts are saying they might not want to go that route. We are going to try to get in RateMyBags. We shall see if we get there. So
good luck, fam.
All right, so we buried the lead a little bit, but let's get into this Garga post. And, just from being an ape for a long time, and I know I've got a lot of apes here in the chat, we have a new member of our community here sitting right down there in the bottom left, Biggie Poppins, joining as a Moonbird and a proof holder. So obviously that acquisition going through last week. So a lot of things been happening. Still, questions abound around Bored Ape Yacht Club and around Yuga and all of this stuff. Where is it going to go? Meanwhile, we have Pudgy Penguins, and they seem to be, rightfully so, doing extremely well from a floor price standpoint, from a sentiment standpoint. Awesome. But Yuga's kind of in a different environment, having been the former blue chip. So, former blue chip, I say, former first place. It seems like Pudgy might even have that mantle now. So let's just get into it.
The term blue chip is so bastardized.
Why does it?
Space.
It doesn't have to be.
Crazy.
It doesn't have to be. People are there's a blue chip in say. It just means the best of the best.
I get it. I get it. I still think it's funny how people throw it around sometimes.
All right. I agree with that. All right. This is the post that we got today. So not even a formal announcement, by the way. There wasn't a blog post or anything. This came from a post by Garga, and then it was quickly followed up by Daniel Alegre, the now former CEO of Yuga Labs.
Sheesh.
There's a lot to break down here, a lot of details, some of which ties in, fellas, to what we were talking about with Proof and what we were talking about with this acquisition and how it kind of separates a lot of things. But here it is. And yeah, feel free to go along with this with me. I'm stepping back in as CEO of Yuga Labs. Wiley, so Gordon Goner, and I are grateful for all the contributions and operational rigor Daniel has brought to the company and appreciate his thoughtfulness and mentorship over the past year. I'm reinvigorated to be taking the reins for our next chapter. Looking at what's ahead for Yuga, we need to execute with a more crypto native focus across the entire company. There's a couple things that are on top of mind for Wiley and I. Now, there's a ton of details in here. We can go through a lot of them. One thing I'll mention right off the bat is he singles out BAYC, and he's telling them about focus or telling us about focus and agility compared to as it relates to those projects. Focus and agility requires autonomy. Step one is already done. A new company, BAYC LLC, was created as a Yuga subsidiary and will be responsible for everything BAYC. We've got a crack team of ninjas on the BAYC team, but there's still a couple important roles to be filled over there. This one stands out to me the most, fellas, at least initially, because of the Moonbirds acquisition, in my opinion, separating Yuga from BAYC a little bit more. Now they just completely said that we want to separate them even by entity, even by setting up that subsidiary. So to me, this is now more on the Bored Ape Yacht Club team than it is on Yuga Labs, and that's where we want it. That's exactly what we want from the Bored Ape Yacht Club perspective. I can tell you, because it's been a muddled comparison. Where does Yuga end and where does Bored Ape Yacht Club begin? Now we're starting to see some kind of finality with that. All right, I laid that out. Probably talked a little bit too much, but I'm passionate about this community. So go ahead.
Here was my reaction when I read that. I was like, shit. This MFer just had enough with Yuga. He saw the acquisition of Proof and Moonbirds, and he was like, fuck this.
He's being fired. He's not
Yeah,
leaving.
well, exactly.
You think that's true?
My thoughts were initially kind of like he did not like those moves, and he was like, fuck this. Now I'm gonna have to go and take the reins and fucking bad take.
Well, you're saying Garga saw the no, dude. This is way beyond what happened with Proof and Moonbirds. I promise this goes deeper. I promise you.
Because the thing is, you can look at the trajectory of what's happened since he took the reins, and it's almost been completely botched, launches or downhill. There's been almost nothing good happening for Yuga and Bored Apes since he took over, other than Gordon Goner sweeping floors. That's been the best, brightest moment of the entire time that I can think of Daniel Alegre being there. So as much as I want those types of experienced people like him who understand how to build global brands, advising or providing that mentorship, he should not have been stuck into that front-facing, forward-facing CEO role, I think, the way that he was. And you can just look at that. And the thing that I was going to throw in here is that I was actually wondering how much the flappening and things like watching the opposite trajectory of Pudgy Penguins over that same period and what Luca Netz has done has affected the decision to let him go or have him move on.
Interesting.
Because to me, that has more of a impact than the acquisition of Proof. And it's because you can see a direct opposite in trajectories, what Luca has been able to do with Pudgy Penguins during the same time versus what they've done with Yuga and Bored Apes. And the fact that Pudgy's flipped Bored Apes recently too, I don't know.
Yeah, Biggie, when you were saying that, I thought you were talking from Daniel's perspective. I thought you said Daniel was viewing this stuff at these acquisitions and is now saying, I don't want anything to do with that. So from Garga's perspective, I think Garga views I'm speaking out of turn here because again,
of course,
Garga I think views the acquisition positively. That's a guess.
Q, speaking out of turn is what we do on this show.
But yeah. Who to jump in here, Biggie? You have any response there?
Dude, no response, man. It's just been the past since Friday the acquisition was announced. So it's been not even a week, and it's just been surprise after surprise after surprise. Truth be told, I'm just kind of like trying to distract myself in other areas of the space at the moment, and just waiting for the gathering for proof to see where that's going to go, and also just kind of seeing other people's takes. I think it's important, right? Like just try to keep yourself even keel and not do any rash decisions.
Welcome to the fucking show, Biggie Poppins. This is what we've been dealing with for too long.
Dude.
I'll get to some comments here. Huda.
I like it. I mean, it's that simple. I don't have any like deep takes here, but we've said it here, and I know everybody's been saying the exact same thing. What Yuga Labs has been missing is that culture, right? That thing that it's probably this unquantifiable thing, but that vibe, and it's what they had up until the very moment that Daniel Alegre joined. So it was really clear what the problem was there. I still am curious. Like, I know everybody's got their takes on what happened. Did he get fired or did he leave on his own? I really wonder. Like, part of me wants to believe he left on his own, just understanding that this is a thing he doesn't quite understand. This is different than when he worked at, Blizzard, Activision Blizzard, whatever, right? This is different. It doesn't take just like executing. It takes much more than that. It's a thing he just doesn't have.
It's
very, very good for
right?
Labs.
It feels like in Garga's post, guys, that there's a little, I don't want to call it passive aggressive, but it feels like it's more coming from them realizing things that were going wrong, right? So in the post, it feels more like there's a lot of shit happening. We need to make this move. It doesn't feel like Daniel is leaving of his own accord. That's just...
Well, think of this too. In some of Gordon Goner's posts, like post that other side video that came out that was shit. He's frustrated. You could feel the frustration with what was happening there. And I think finally something happened. And yeah, so maybe it was a firing. Maybe it was like, enough, guys. We fucking see it. It's obvious. This has got to end.
A couple other pieces here. He mentions the other side. Other side should be the living room of Web3, the default space you go to in order to play and hang with the community, no matter what community that is. We've seen that with Nifty Island. We mentioned Nifty Island's playbook being used in 2021 by the Sandbox. So it looks like that's what they want to do. He's saying the only way it gets built properly is if you all come in and experience it more often. When we set out to build the other side, the goal was to make it a public, iterative process. I'm confident in the work our team has done to get us back to this plan.
Dude,
Interesting.
I just have one question about this other side thing, and it's will nudity be allowed?
Oh my god,
important.
It's a good question.
I'm sure there's a naked. I'm sure there's a naked island.
Culture cue, but you gotta let me streak.
I think there will be.
I'm so curious by Q's aversion to the naked movement. I'm not sure like what it is with you, Q. Were you scarred by something that happened as a child?
I was scarred by the naked Dobs.
Okay, so did a naked Yeti rub you in the wrong way? Where did the naked Yeti touch you, Q? Show us on your doodle. Show us on your doodle doll where the naked Yeti touched you.
I think he's been subconsciously telling us that with all these creaming comments.
Okay.
I
knew there was something
weird.
weird. I knew there was something weird and Freudian about what was going on with the cream on cream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gaming is honestly brought up here as well. We need to approach games at Yuga with a tighter focus on what works. For us, that's a barbell approach, crazy fun play patterns that any kid at heart can enjoy. The more wildly fun and mass market, the better, like Dookie Dash. So yeah, interesting. Heavy metal's not brought up. Very nice. But anyways, the last piece is kind of more of the cloak and dagger kind of approach, I would say, or just like kind of mysterious. Crypto native mechanics and platforms like Redacted. Huda, I instantly thought of you when they posted this because I'm like, this. I would love to know what you think about this, but I'm guessing we would come to the same conclusion. This is Magic Eden.
What's the comment above? What is number one? Like, I'm trying to get context for.
Yeah, okay. That's a barbell approach, just in gaming. So maybe it's not Magic Eden, but crypto native mechanics and platforms like maybe it's ApeCoin. But in platforms like Redacted. We're going to on 3 years since Yuga was founded, and we couldn't be more excited about some of the stuff we've got in the pipeline. Extremely grateful for the team that it's assembled here across all brands. There's a lot of work to be done, but I can't imagine doing it with any other team.
I think they're probably alluding to ApeCoin there. we recently saw them sort of like acknowledge ApeCoin again. And when you say crypto native mechanics and like what do you, I don't know what else that would mean other than talking about tokenization and like incentive, token rewards and
it could be a lot of things. Staking,
points.
404. Yeah.
Points. All right, let me get to Daniel's post here following up this Garga announcement. Daniel posting, please see the news today. News below the announcement I just made internally to our Yuga Labs employees. I'm so grateful to have had the opportunity to lead. Blah, blah, blah. Yuga has such a bright future. We were talking about the Nifty portal interview, and yes, I still believe that was the nail in the coffin.
Does Nifty portal get credit for firing Daniel?
At this point, I don't care. Again, I'm just happy. My heart sank this morning when I thought Garga was leaving us with Daniel. So now that it's the opposite, I feel good. Biggie, I'll throw this your way, and then we'll cap off this discussion as well with any last thoughts. Also, let's get any of these comments coming through as well, and I'll get to them here. But I get it, Biggie. Like, it's been a crazy week and a half that you've been a part of the Yuga, or not even a week and a half, a week that you've been a part of Yuga. Do you not see this as a positive move, or are you kind of just like wait and see? That was kind of your last take.
That's my thing, dude. Wait and see. I think I speak for many people in the proof community right now, is that we're all just waiting and hoping to be reassured, appreciated for our contributions, for our potential, for our community. So for the time being, I really have nothing to say. I'm hopeful, and so I'm just I'm waiting to see what actions get taken, dude. But it's a fucking roller coaster, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty good with uncertainty and up to a certain degree, dude. But right now, man, it's like, hence my PFP change at the moment and all these things. It's like, I don't want to think about it. I want to fucking know. Let me know when the fucking chat happens. I'll show up, I'll listen, and then maybe I'll have some more thoughts to share. At the moment, just hope, fellas. That's it.
All right, Nick Swervis is saying Doodle Doll is exclusively available at Target. Quantum saying that Redacted is Ape Chain. Marty's saying Ape's going to be moving to Ordinals. And I'll get to some others. Who do you had some?
Two things. Three things. Interesting seeing Luca Netz reply to that tweet and just say, love to see it.
Ooh.
I think that's a cool comment. I think this is all about Web3. Let us do this. Like, we got this. We don't need that outside Web2 help. So I like that reply. Two, I can't wait to see what Garga and Gordon, because I don't know if he's back in a bigger capacity now too. I think he's actually more important, honestly. But I can't wait to see what he does with that proof team. I just think they are such a big part of the art culture. Garga and Gordon's such a big part of the degen culture, and those two together, I think there's something beautiful coming from this team now. This is very exciting news to me. And three, I think that platform, whatever it is, I think it has to do with their wrapper. I think it has to do with the My Stash thing, right? Because they've teased that there is much more that's going to happen with those wrappers. It's going to it's going to lead to, I don't know what, maybe fractionalization, maybe something else, but their own version of it, right? Their own take on it. So that's my hunch.
I think QV might be also onto something where he says not ApeCoin, but Ape Chain specifically, which obviously is related, but maybe they're interested in what's going to happen with Ape Chain.
I have a couple last thoughts on this, but my main one that I want to close up with is just praising Garga. Honestly, like we already saw Gordon leave, and again, if you have mental or physical health issues, I still am not in the fucking camp that's like he just bounced and he used it as an excuse. Like Garga coming back in here when he's already made a bag. Like, he's made a bag. He could fucking leave. He's made millions and millions of dollars through this project. For him to come back and take this role, I cannot say how happy that I am as a Bored Ape holder. I cannot stress enough how it would suck if he was the one that left and we were left with Daniel. I was looking to go floor my ape.
Now, part
off
of
that
my ignorance, complete ignorance here, but it's like to bring this up, but like one of them left like that position because of health issues, right? Like that's just something that I'm concerned about. Like I don't want
Gordon, right?
Yeah, Gordon Goner left about a year and a half ago.
Okay, it's not Garga. It's
No, Garga's been there the whole time, which is one of the reasons I'm giving him his flowers now, and he's stepping back in when he doesn't have to.
So for Biggie and those who are newer to the Yuga ecosystem, there were 4 original Bored Ape founders, and then Gordon Goner and Garga have been the 2 that have really sort of taken the lead and pushed things forward. Gordon was sort of the more of the front-facing voice, and
he's the orange ape, right? Like
he's the one that had the health issues. I think he's got an orange.
I like him.
Yeah, he had the health issues, and he's the one that was like sweeping floors the way it was.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, almost single-handedly brought the good vibes back into the whole NFT space. But yeah, he was dealing with a lot of health issues, and then so Garga, who was always less of a front-facing individual, has been stepping up and basically leading in his absence.
It'd be interesting to see where Garga steps in, because again, he is more on the Yuga Labs side, and they did create that BAYC LLC. Well, just give BAYC to Gordon. If Gordon wants to come back, like let him be the fucking champion of that.
Yo, Marty's saying the next hire is going to be a guy named Brevin Pose.
Oh my God.
Marty's on one today. We appreciate that comment. Also, what's up, X Your FV? Great to see you. Also, Swervis, excited to link up later. Swervis is in LA. I think we're going to hang out after this, so that's cool.
Nice. Quantum Variant saying Biggie can streak on my deed.
Wow.
Appreciate it.
You said your D or your deed?
Your deed.
Jesus.
Okay.
Yeah,
This show never used to be like this.
Yeah.
Hey, random comment. Do you got more comments to hit first, GIF?
Just that your hair looks amazing today, Huda. That's the only comment.
I'm gonna be switching this out with others. I've got a plan.
Oh.
But check this out, guys. I legit don't remember if we talked about this, but dude, there's so many new people coming in to this space. Did we chat about this in the past couple days?
No,
Yes
but I
and
saw your
no.
post, and I noticed like in our Saturday jam session, we had like 1 or 2 people jump in and like mention Web3 and you guys, and it was dope,
That's
man.
It's not just like old friends coming back in. It's brand new people who never touched NFTs before are starting to come in.
People.
It's happening, guys. And then
Never
also
been
my
rad.
brother. Well, he said over in Kongs, they had like 30 people join yesterday. Never, again, new to NFTs. Something's happening. Like new people, new that fresh blood's coming in.
That's like, I get tingles when you say that, man, because we've been watching the market pretty much daily for the last however many years at this point. And it's like, that's the one thing that we've all been like, we know that we need it. We need new blood. We need new liquidity, not just the same people recycling, playing PvP fucking whale games against each other.
We need to dump on somebody else.
Yeah, like we have to have more people coming in and participating, and it's just not been there. It's been people leaving, or it's just been static. So if you're saying what I think you're saying, which is that we're all going Super Saiyan, and that there's actually some new people starting to come in, that's like,
I see what you're saying.
I can't believe it. I didn't realize it. I was actually shocked when I started seeing those comments, but it was great. It was great.
Yeah.
People new to your streams, new to mine, and it's just they're learning about NFTs from us. It's really awesome.
That's the part that I'm so fucking stoked about, right? Yeah. Because man, we didn't have this back in the day, right? There were
think of when we joined. Who did we learn from?
We're just fucking pump and dump shillers, bro.
Yeah, it was all untrustworthy pump and dump shillers back in our day. So to the 50 some odd people watching us live across YouTube and X right now, let me be the first to welcome you. If you're brand new to the space, if you're here, then that's great, because we focus all of our energy and time on trying to create more trust in this space, because it's very difficult. There's a lot of really shady, scammy behavior and bad actors out there that will take advantage, but the people up on this stage are very experienced and care very much about good experiences, longevity, sustainability, and that's why it's our mission to create the highest quality editorial, entertainment, and educational content covering the Web3 space. So happy you're here. Smash the like and subscribe and come back. We do these shows here on YouTube on NFT Live, the longest running consistent news show in all of NFTs, by the way. We do that 5 days a week now, Monday through Friday. So if you're here again, happy to have you. And we do other shows on X and more on the Web3 network.
It's almost like he's a professional, folks.
It's incredible.
Almost.
All right.
Incredible.
I would like this to stop in this space. I don't mean to like cap off the last discussion about BAYC, but there was the buying again. This is the 1 week chart. There was a bunch of buying. You could make the claim that, oh, maybe apes had bottomed around 21 and there was a ton of buying happening. You could also make the claim that people had insider information and were therefore buying these apes. So we're actually up to almost 23 ETH on board Ape Yacht Club. So
Wow.
Again, my experience this morning after Carrie tagged me, I read it as Garga's leaving. I instantly went to Blur and the price was up. I was like, what's happening? And then I go back and I was like, oh my God.
This is simultaneously like the craziest just phenomenon about how Web3 is different from how you expect most things to go, but also it must feel like the ultimate sort of kick in the gut, like insult to injury to Daniel Alegre, is that when you are announced as leaving, the floor price goes up. Like that, first of all, just has to hurt. But also what I'm saying about
tech.
But the opposite thing, yeah, I guess you're right. It happens sometimes. But the fact that firing the like COO of the biggest game publisher in the world is like seen as a good thing is just kind of a wild thing to understand about where we're at right now.
I think you're right. All right, we're going to move on here to Pudgy Penguins. But before that, I know we have a lot of Dobs in the audience. I love the Dobs. This man is in the naked Dobs. I am not, for reasonings we can't even go into at this point. But I appreciate all the Dobs. I love the way it's going over there in that community. Also, the fact that we got our holders chat gifted. I'm going to throw this your way because you are one for brand creation and ideation, and you're specifically focusing on the details around those concepts and process. Well, I'm interested because this new brand page just came out from the Dobs. I want your take, but this was just released today. A brand page, I guess, related to kind of the Dob character and brand and how you can use it. You can see there's like downloadables for 3D and 2Ds. There's different palette colors as well, and kind of the way they're going about that. So what are your thoughts as you kind of scroll through this and see that they gave this amount of effort into showing off the branding?
I think it's very smart for this type of project where it's not like a utility play. It's not really like an art play or an act. It's nothing like that. All it is really is IP and vibes and community. And so, obviously you can look to Bored Apes sort of being at the very forefront of what distributed IP and branding is, and they've got the Made by Apes platform. And when your sort of your character, your art, your IP is maybe the strongest asset that you have to leverage, these like creator studio again, like IP building initiatives, whatever they look like, I think they're really cool. And even if you're like, oh, it's kind of basic stuff, I think it shows where they're going, and it does empower your community, empowers creators. It empowers you to connect with your character, your Dob, in new ways, to keep sharing it out there. It'll be really interesting to see, like, does the Dob community have as many builders, quality builders, are as the Bored Apes, right? So the Bored Apes was filled with like absolutely creative, super ambitious builder types that wanted to go out and create all different types of products. I don't know if Dob can sustain that yet, but even like sort of like just being able to play with your character, build your character, and have fun with that in new ways, I think that that's valuable in of itself. I'm just really curious to see if people do kind of take this, run with it, try and start their own, brands or products with it. I think it's really cool. And again, for something like Dobs, I think they're leveraging their primary asset, which is just the cool character and the IP. So
it is by far if it's not the top, it is in the top 2 or 3 of PFPs within the Say ecosystem. But I rock it. Aesthetically, I think it's really good. I know Biggie's been putting on for the Cappies, but he's also in the Naked Dobbs. So I know that has been dude, sub DAOs
They pair well together, sir. They pair well together. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh, did you guys like holding hands?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
is there like a quick lightning update on the Nakeds and what you guys are doing?
I don't know if I can disclose. You have to get naked with us, Q. Then you would know what we're cooking. But I cannot disclose. All I can say is I do very much love the Dobbs and the Dobb branding. It's been really nice. Like I feel like we had a heart to heart, like a moment, right? And we were talking about it, I think like 2 days ago, Q. And I think that the response and the actions taken since have been very positive and reinvigorating for the community. So I'm pumped, man. I continue to dob it with the Dobbs.
All right, fantastic, man.
I think
big shout out to the Dobbs.
I think the last thing that I'll say to this is that it does require a fair amount of work in creating frameworks and tools for the community to really be able to maximize like the potential, right? Because if you just sort of like create a licensing agreement like we did, we had a very innovative early licensing agreement for DBs, that was obviously inspired by Bored Apes distributed IP, but we didn't really follow up and find ways to communicate and then empower the community to really go do a lot. Some people did do stuff, created their own hats and their own hoodies and things like that, even like that. But I just think that so many people would love to participate, but don't know how to start or where. And this type of thing makes it really easy for, Q. Like, I know you're not necessarily like the most artistic dude. Like, that's not really your strength. You can go hop over and create a bunch of cool content now with your fucking beloved. Like, I'm not trying to target you. I just know that, like,
caveman.
No, I just mean like there's a lot of people like you that are maybe business savvy. No,
none whatsoever.
Look, you're a business savvy
Jane.
no, you're a business savvy dude who doesn't necessarily want to spend all day in fucking Photoshop trying to create your own graphics.
I can't draw. I can't draw.
All right, this was not taking the way that I wanted it to go. Mean. But now you, Mr. Plain Jane over here in the cream on cream with the orange beanie can go and take you can take your Dob and create a bunch of different cool graphics to go have a bunch of fun with, and it's super easy, super fast, and they're creating different frameworks so that you can again like apply this in easy ways. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with you. He got to it. All right, Trailer Maxis, here we go. Pudgy Penguins, say less.
There we go.
GM Pengoos, today we make history as Pudgy Penguins is back into Walmart in more stores and with season 2 of our toy line. Before we get started as to what that means, I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody in the space and to all the penguins who've made this happen. Together, we're making Web3 history. Today is historic for many reasons, but in simple terms, it's one thing to get invited to the party. It's a whole other thing to get invited back. 4 months ago, we showed the world a glimpse of what Web3 mainstream adoption looked like. And today, we blew that door wide open. However, we can't do this alone. The door is open, but it needs to stay open. And so I'm calling for all Web3 builders to lead this charge with us in pushing for Web3 mainstream adoption. Pudgy Penguins is available at your local Walmart. Go pick up this cute Pengu and help push your industry forward.
I don't know if that was a trailer per se, but like it's still an epic moment, something that everybody should be celebrating. It's huge. And I have to say my favorite part is seeing all the people that wanted to just naysay and hate on the whole Walmart thing. Just like y'all look like just absolute troll, like negative haters. Like
it's talking to you,
dude,
Beanie.
Like that was one, but dude, there's some others. Like, trust me, I've been seeing a lot of them get called out, and I just love to see all the people that like. It's like people that root for you to fail. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of those people that are just like actually out there.
Started, dude.
They're just preying on your failure. Like this guy can't be actually this good. Fuck them. This is dumb. All that type of energy, man.
Well, it's the first time. It's the first time at scale that they tried this, and a lot of people didn't think that it would actually work. So I don't think everybody needs to be like fully like, woo, let's go Luca. Like if you clearly have an opinion that this isn't going to work, that's your opinion. But yeah, they did go a little bit too far.
There was a lot of bad takes.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
Ton. All right. Sirens is going live, by the way, for those of you that are paying attention in the Say Network. But we do have this Pudgy Penguins news. They are getting re-upped here, and I believe are now again in Walmart stores. People, Huda, you were saying that you saw people kind of loading up their entire baskets with some of these. So
I didn't realize this, but the Pudgy Penguins even incentivize you to make unboxing videos. They give you some type of reward. I don't know if that's a token or exactly points or something. Man, those guys are very smart. They thought of everything. But yes, there are definitely people going with shopping carts and clearing out the entire rack. And, they're cool. I definitely I don't even have anything in that ecosystem anymore. And I want to go get some of those toys. I do.
The other thing that's really cool is that they've started to actually announce who the people from the community are, like which Pudgies are getting licensed. So again, speaking of distributed IP, they're also now have their own platform. We maybe Dobs can get to the level of Made by Apes or what Pudgies are doing at some point in the future. But it's just awesome to see people in the community getting rewarded for having a cool penguin character that's getting used in these stores. Like, that's fucking dope.
Walmart giving me major Pepsi vibes here with this. But yeah, go ahead.
No, that's not nearly as bad as fucking Pepsi.
It's not as bad.
And I hope I don't get accused of being a pudgy fudder again, because I got accused on stage today. And I'm sorry, but I am a bird and I do not condone bird on bird violence. Having said that, I would very much like to inspire our Pudgy Penguin fam to try to find a way for these toys to be green, because as a parent, I am buying lots of toys for my kids all the time. And I really hate that at some point, all of this crap just ends up in a goddamn landfill,
or the ocean,
polluting the world. And so it would be really dope if there was a way to make these toys sustainable. I'm sorry, I sound like a tree hugger.
We don't actually know, though. No, we don't actually know. Maybe they are built, with recyclables. I don't actually know. It's a good question. If anybody does know how they're made or if there's any sort of green initiative,
nice. Whenever I see those pictures of everybody hauling like all these Pudgy Penguins, all I see is like, damn, like I know where they're gonna end up, because I end up having to throw some of this shit out too. And it pains me,
These are collectibles, though, Biggie. These aren't just like the normal figurine trash. Like you want to hodl these because eventually they're going to be worth 100x from their retail price.
Also, Quantum Variant pointing out the penguins actually can't fly, so technically they're not a real bird.
Oof. Sir. I'm not sure who's flooding.
They lay eggs.
Luca giving me a lot like a less popular high school gutter Dan vibe with that Letterman jacket. I will say Luca was a little bit awkward in that video. It's cool. Dude, it happens.
Luca's awkward in everything. Yeah. He might be on that
spectrum.
He's like a different dude.
Yeah.
But I think that's what makes him so excellent at what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate.
We're grown men collecting JPEGs.
Yeah,
we're kind of on that too.
I just don't understand why everybody's casting so much hate at this man. All right,
because I'm not like over here on his what do we call it, glizz?
Yeah, you're not glizzing his glizzy.
I'm not glizzing. Like I can say that he's not glizzing him up in that video.
You're not glazing his glizzy. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, I'm not gonna. This is all I'm gonna say here. I'm transitioning here very quickly because I completely forgot about it and then came to it. What is Jessica Yatrowski getting at here?
What? She's trying to cover her tracks, I guess.
NFT Live.
She's trying to cover her tracks, I guess. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
because
know.
of what?
Wow.
She's disowning us. Clearly.
I'm gonna send this link to her. Jess, we got to get to the bottom of this. You've been on probably more than anybody else. I'll say it live on screen. Clip it.
Oh, the clips are out there. She can't hide from the internet for long.
All right, but Pudgy Penguins, obviously the airdrop has not gone live. Like their token that they've been teasing or people have been thinking about hasn't gone live. The Pudgies are under 20 ETH, so the fickleness of this industry is on display. Bored Apes are rising while Pudgies are falling. Here again, Bored Apes now above 23. Lil Pudgies at 2 ETH. And yeah, that's what we got. I know Sappy Seals are running a little bit on some speculation that they're getting some funding. Any last thoughts here on the Pudgy Penguin situation, fellas?
When we were all speculating about would the flappening happen, I said I think it will be willed into existence, but probably not last long. And another thing nailed.
Yep. You're so smart.
Yep. It's just blind luck, I guess.
Who do you have any last thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just gonna add. I think they have a lot more coming. Like Lucas said that this year is gonna blow last year away. This is exactly what they did last year. I think they are gonna melt faces at some point with what I mentioned the other day. Like I think it's obvious, but I do think they'll have some kind of animation or movie deal, and it won't be a small thing. It'll be something that probably blows us away.
Love it.
Yeah. The quality of their content, like their animations, is really, really high quality. And again, the people, what we're seeing is more proof that people really fuck with the IP. Like people love these cute little penguin characters. So I bet it'll be legit. I'm excited.
All right, last stories you guys want to talk about. We do have 10 minutes left, so
there's a new Oni. There's a new Fallen.
There's a little bit in here. I kind of want to recap here with you fellas before I post this to Twitter. Huda dropped out. Huda dropped the grenade and then bounced. We had a Quantum Cats edition Huda into the B tier after you left. Puppets as well as is in the B tier. So we got a couple of that.
I thought we all agreed that Quantum Cats deserved to go down to D.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like we had a pretty long talk about it actually, and we all decided.
Actually some exploits happening. Huda, did you see that?
No.
Yeah. There's some exploits.
Yeah, they got rugged pretty bad yesterday.
Being a rug.
Really?
Yep. All of it.
Dude. There's one. It's like it's supposed to be like subterfuge. Like they're actually trying to increase the block size and BTC, and everybody got pissed. And so
it's not looking good for the Quantum Cats. Yeah.
I have no idea what we're talking about. I got to dig.
Okay.
Are you guys fucking with me?
He doesn't give a shit. He's like,
I'm literally like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, guys! Amazing.
Huda almost. I think he turned green. Like I think he literally turned green.
Oh, okay. So you know what's funny? There was a really weird announcement in the Bitcoin Wizards Discord. So not Taproot Wizards, but the Bitcoin Wizards. With the guy there saying like, hey, like the Bitcoin development kind of core community has been infiltrated. Like the government has infiltrated that, and they are trying to do things right now, actively attacking me. Like he's trying to stage like some massive protest in DC about this. Like, so I'm like, did something fucking happen? Yeah, let me send you a screenshot. This is like just very weird timing. It made me think there was something much bigger going on.
Okay, I'm gonna drop Claynosaurs here from the B category, unless you guys have.
Did we just accidentally create a conspiracy? A government conspiracy?
I don't know.
There is one.
Frogs moved down. Where do you guys think the gods belongs?
Ooh, D.
Really? I
agree.
Jeez, I don't know that the gods deserve that much hate or FUD, but
they deserve any love. Any.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they have achieved what very few projects have achieved,
which is
being one of the most relevant PFPs and valuable PFPs.
So a floor price.
Yeah, but also just awareness. Like, dude, there's nobody in the space that doesn't know Frank DeGods and the DeGods.
Yes. Yeah, fair. Oh, so where do you have them now?
So even if you even just think about the IP and the branding of DeGods and Utes, it's far and above the quality of the majority of other projects. So the brand equity alone in like DeGods is, I think, pretty fucking huge.
Fair. C is fair. C is fair. I could definitely make the argument for D, but C is fair.
I see. Here. This is where it gets. I know where we love when things are relative. It gets tough for me to look at the gods next to some of these other projects, but I don't know. I mean,
that's
VFriends is
important.
there.
Yeah,
VFriends is there. So
okay. So do we move projects down? Like I'm down. Like
I would move VFriends down.
Well,
wow, dude.
I would not move VFriends down, but like Fraganas next to the gods, right? It's like, to me, Fraganas is not in the same tier as the gods yet, but
I would move Saiyans up. Saiyans has been shipping.
I like that, Biggie. I like you bringing up Saiyans, Biggie, because that's the relativity across chains too. Like Say's a very small chain. Like the market cap has no. Like if you compare
this on like just Say specific, but you guys brought it in last time, so
no, 100%. That's the combo I want to have. Is like, dude, does Saiyans look like to me? It does. To me, it feels like
it does. I mean, yeah. I still, we talk about who was it that was on stage today talking about like how it was Cat talking about how he was like admiring the speed of execution on that ecosystem, which I completely concur with. And Saiyans has been fucking rocking it, dude. And yeah.
Now Saiyans is above VFriends though. Do we really?
That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, this is a tough one to be
relative,
pushing,
right? Like different chains, different moments. But I think didn't you guys say it was like recent? Like, what has it done recently in the past?
Recency bias does factor into the algorithm. It does. And I do think that the overall impact on like your specific ecosystem does matter here.
Yeah.
But to your point about like trying to make these comparisons, like yesterday we're looking at market caps and things like that, for instance. Like it's so hard for me, for as small and new as the Say blockchain is, to be comparing some of these like that. I don't know if we're trying to just make the argument based upon what they've achieved within Say, it's like, okay,
it's
maybe
almost,
I could see that.
Yeah. Like is the 20th best Ethereum project on the same level as the second on Say? That's kind of that's the discussion. I don't know
I think the discussion there and what you have to focus on is like, has it captured the imagination, the attention? Has it made an impact in its own ecosystem? And at the moment, I think you can argue that Saiyans has achieved that and has been shipping and doing stuff on its own, in its own lane at the moment. So yeah, I would put it at B. And I do agree with Marty at the moment. Like I think like B would be the equivalent of the A category for all Say ecosystem projects right now, right? Like I don't think any of them have really broken through yet to achieve like say an A rating, much less an S tier, right? But I don't know, man. I think like you need to judge them like by their own merits in their own ecosystem, right? Like I don't know, like where would you put Dobs here, for example? Q.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't brought him in.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't brought
Dobs. I don't see the wee bumps somewhere.
I don't see the wee bumps.
How can you honestly dress up like a Dob on this show and not have them on RateMyBags Q? I'm insulted on behalf of the entire Dob community.
Swerve is saying all of D tier moves to Rect. I'm not. We just moved for Ganas. Do we move any that are in the Rect?
Yeah,
category?
Cock punch.
Yeah, I think at this time it can move. We almost need a E tier. Rect feels like it's final.
No, I don't know if the rest of these deserve to go there. What's that one? Is that Toshi's?
Yeah,
is that Rect?
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that well.
But it's still pretty new though. Like I don't know if is it too early to give it that. I don't know.
I think Rect is where you have like you can make it out of there, and it's one of those epic comeback stories. Like everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, rise from the dead, literally.
So like nobody would be talking about if Toshi's came back. They feel like still a D.
Okay. I like
it. What about the dick butt?
No, I see what you're getting at.
Dick butts and Nakas. What do you think?
They're not fully wrecked.
I think dick butts need to be retired.
That would make more sense to me. They like are permanently in D, or
put them like in a nursery home. We should have like a wrecked category and like a little nursery home, like retired.
Yeah, like an old folks. Yeah, I feel that. All right, Digidaigaku.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Yes, please. Somebody, because I've been harping on this forever.
How are they wrecked though?
They're irrelevant.
Yeah, there needs to. I see what you're saying about a retired. There needs to be a way to remove projects from here where it's just that we're not rating them because they don't matter right now, but they're not wrecked either.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Maybe
like
just
basically
move
put them on the bench.
Yeah, here's a bench over here on the right. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, by the end of this, I can picture in a year there's going to be like 75 categories on this thing. Can't wait.
With different chains and everything. It's
Different
gonna be
chains and like the art shit. But
These
again, the
chains and
bench, the
things.
cemetery, the freaking
things, sir.
Valhalla, like just
Does anything else deserve to be in the right category? Oh my God, little peckers, Jesus.
on the bench.
Because we made it a joke because you thought it was going to be good and it clearly was not going to be good, and so it became a meme within the NFT live show.
What is that little fucking spermicidal fucking looking thing above the Saints with the guitar?
That's a Sugartown Aura.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get Dobs on here.
MFers can come down to D, honestly.
MFers. Okay.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
I haven't checked in on. I mean, we haven't checked in on MFers in a while.
Does Avagachi really belong at C? And I love them, but I don't know that they've got anything right now.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
I don't want Choyna to leave.
You know what? Fair. You know what? An honorary C, and I love Avagachi too, so I'm happy with that.
There's community contributions in that way.
Why doesn't the fall of V Friends isn't talked about? We're thinking about putting them in the D category.
Is.
They were an S.
People cast.
Well,
they were in S, Biggie. They were in S.
You're not supposed to be able to get out of S ever again because your contributions are that significant. Hence my qualm.
It's like a Hall of Fame. It's like a yellow jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't leave.
I don't think that the whole space has been it has been around long enough to have a Hall of Fame, except for maybe like an Autoglyphs or a CryptoPunks.
GIF has no idea what relativity means. You can have a Hall of Fame after like a year, 2 years if you want to. Like
that doesn't make any sense though. Who would care about that Hall of Fame?
It's not. Again, it doesn't compare to the Hall of Fame. Like the Cowboys Hall of Fame is way cooler than the Jaguars Hall of Fame. Do you see? I know that's a sports reference, but
aren't both of those institutions that have been around for decades?
Not that long. They had a Hall of Fame like 5 years after they were in existence.
Okay, so we got a couple more years then.
But so now we're saying that the IRL football teams have the same timeline as crypto tech projects.
I'm just saying the idea of having a Hall of Fame to me doesn't make a lot of sense for something that's so nascent and emergent still. That's my only opinion. It's an opinion. Yeah. You disagree.
All right, here we go.
Neo
Tokyo. We got Killer Bear. I like what Killer Bears is doing actually. Like I think they're a solid C for me. Like if not B, but like they're solid.
Probably I would bring down Dead Fellas to D. It pains me to say it, but for now,
I'm not saying it.
And those fucking millennials.
Is it that bad? I mean, they continued to build and they're holding it a decent-ish.
I don't think D is that bad in this list.
Their floor price is around like 0.2, 0.25.
I mean, the fact they're in the conversation already, is a thing, right? Like even fucking Robotos, like people remember them and they're wrecked now. But yeah, the fact that they're in this chart makes you.
But Robotos, the artist and founder, literally said, "I'm logging out of the Twitter forever. It's been a good run." Like Pablo Stanley literally just bounced.
I need to talk to that man.
City, yeah.
I at some point I know I'm gonna bump into him and I'm just gonna be like, let's have a tequila and talk about it because I think he needs help. Like he needs some therapy.
Yeah.
Like we need to get like a creative force like him. I refuse to let him just fucking quit that way. So believe me, when I bump into that man, I'm gonna make him get back.
Let's get him back on the show, and we'll just pep talk. We'll spend a full hour
Please
pep talking.
Don't bring
Pablo,
the show
Pablo.
into this.
No.
Look, we'll bring him on for the next Rate My Bags and show him and be like, look, is this where you want
All right.
your beloved Bottos to live in the wrecked category?
Remove half of these bozo projects. These aren't a lot of these aren't bozo projects.
A lot of them are, but that's the fun. Come on.
What project is still in C that is a bozo project? I'll give you that. Bozo. Sugar Towns are completely fine. Chimpers, I don't know much about.
I don't know much about Chimpers either. They seem like they've been staying pretty relevant though. Huda, do you know anything about Chimpers? Are you a Chimpers guy?
I don't know a lot about them, but I do think they're a solid C. Just from B Check talking about them and doing his Chimpers show, and I know their prices actually come up over the past few months.
They're doing a collab with like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're doing the IP thing, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think they're solid. I think maybe the issue with like removing half of the bozo projects, I do think there's a lot of other projects that need to get on this list.
I'm down for it.
I'm down for
it. Like
yeah,
Dobs?
let's bring them up. Like I'm curious.
Damn it,
real quick though, like 10K TF.
Yeah, man.
Like, what do you want to do with that? Because you've been talking about it for a really long time, Q. I'm curious why you hesitate to bring them into the reg. I mean, I guess
because there's still things actually going on with G tags and stuff like that. Like they are actually like they're kicking the can down the road, but it's not like they were done.
They're building.
And they're associated with Yuga. It's tough to put anything with the backing of Yuga if they even hint at being usage. Like Meebit's a great example. Maybe should Meebits be in D category? I think so.
Yeah. Tell you what's interesting there, though. Not that I can make any kind of argument to move them up, but the person who sold all those autoglyphs went and swept up Meebits.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot. To me, that's one of the most. It's probably valued properly right now, but I think Meebits got. I mean, man, it's a Larva Labs collection. That at 1 ETH has never made sense to me.
Wow.
High on my list of things.
Right. Well, I just moved them down. Do we want to leave them?
No, they have to earn it still, but I definitely think there's a lot more to that.
Okay.
The Schiller apparently is absolutely freaking out that Fluff is in C. So I'm curious if that means they should be lower or higher.
A bad thing to
he wants it to be higher. We get a lot of comments after the show about
it's a sleeper. It's been one in my opinion for a while. We've got their partnership with Ready Player One. They've got their Root network, which is kicking. I think it's got potential. It's going to do well.
Fisker saying brokers at C makes sense to me. We'll see on the web browser game. Josie got me here.
I am a Fluff 1 day first. What the fuck am I saying? Day one minter. But yeah, I love Fluff.
Cyber brokers? Wait, no, Fluff. Okay.
I cannot believe that the fall from and nobody talks about it because at the end of the day, Gary V feels untouchable a little bit. Like if you fucking flame him, you're gonna get basically attacked. But the move from they were rivaling, in my opinion, a lot of the number one projects. Like they were up there.
Dude, to me the craziest thing about it is that when I try and understand like the difference between something like a V-Friends and a Pudgy's that's going in that family friendly direction is that it literally comes down to the quality of the IP. Because we all know that Gary has the potential, the connectivity, the gravitas, whatever you want to say, to get toys.
Just wait until he comes up with a fucking new book. I'm sure he's gonna offer everybody a bunch of NFTs if you buy like a whole library of them.
Okay, Chimpers and Pixel Vault. I know Pixel Vault had a wild kind of 2-month period there. I'll
tell you this: everyone I know with Pixel Vault assets, and I man, they sold them. Like I was gonna try to sugarcoat it a little because I know sometimes we got people from that team on listening in, but I've sold all my Pixel Vault assets. I know a lot of other people that did too. I want to love them, dude. I had such big bags, but out. D.
Sheesh. Chimpers.
I would keep them at C. Like with the people that own them to this, they're super bullish on them, and they have like a staking mechanism, and it's crazy. Like you don't get there's not a lot of them listed. People are really bullish on it, what they're doing. So let's see. Let's bring in the Dobs, bro. Let's bring in the Dobs, the Wee Bumps, and please bring in my Cappies.
Hey, have you got Dobs in there yet? We got to get a bigger screen. How do we make vertical screens for YouTube a thing so we can actually have this list in one view?
I still think my idea back in the day that I drew haphazardly on a plane was a good one. You remember that?
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
I forgot about that.
Biggie bringing in ideas on the Rate My Bags segment. Heck yeah.
All right,
we got
a
a comment. Should we make these their own separate episodes and shows? Should we do a Rate My Bags show? Let us know what you think. I was saying that early on.
I think we should do that. I think we should do that now. But we just had to finish this edition out.
Mm-hmm. All right, the Dobs. Where would you put them? C and above, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think C is fine for them.
Yeah,
I think right now they're in a situation where I think Saiyans and
they need to solidify their position as the culture PFP.
I really wish, again, being a community project, I really wish the community was a little bit more ingrained in the Discord. But they're making some moves.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
we'll make it happen.
Yep,
we're doing our part, right, Q? All right, dude.
Colony is probably, man, I might even move Colony by Saiyans, but I think they're okay as well in this category.
They're not as active as far as I can tell right now. People still fuck with it though.
I think they're the first one, yeah.
Yeah, it's the OG.
Neo Tokyo and On-Chain Monkeys, guys. They're the last in the sea that we need to look at.
I mean, I would not bring Neo Tokyo down. I mean, if you want to talk floor price, it's been pumping, and I do I don't know how people feel about.
They have a partnership with Magic Eden.
You have the greatest gaming execs in there. I don't know about shipping so far, what they've delivered, but yeah, I would have moved it down.
Give me the loot saying ain't no way Neo Tokyo C tier. I don't know whether you think they're B.
I think they're B.
Wow.
Look, that's where we have the public vote. So this will be one of the only polls that we'll run today. And it looks like we're getting some love on dedicating a full episode. So
yes, dude, it makes sense for Friday's show too.
Yes,
that's fun, dude.
Yes, just get absolutely wasted.
You chose Tuesday and Wednesday to bring on the violence.
I don't even drink at all anymore, but I would absolutely get wine drunk live on stream and talk that shit, just talk mad shit about PFPs for a couple hours,
You know what would be cool?
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
I'll just say this. I think you guys probably have a little more of a life, but a Friday night Rate My Bag show would be awesome.
I have no wife. That's what I'm saying. I have no wife. This is it.
That could be really fun.
Yeah, well, Q might have to abstain from going to the local hootenanny for that day.
Wow.
But
yeah, the old
it's all right.
The old rail whiskey shots, apparently. So that's where us unartistic motherfuckers go on a Friday night.
You've never heard of a hootenanny?
Hootenanny hoedown.
Gonna do a hootenanny.
All right, that poll is live, by the way. The Neo Tokyo piece. If you are watching live on YouTube, we do have the poll up there. You can participate.
I know what you're trying to do. You don't want to bring in my cappies. I need you to bring in the cappies.
Hey, did we get Dobs on there yet?
Oh shit! It's I got a message. I can't look for the cappies right now. I got a message. Oops, forgot. Don't fade my cappies.
Biggie's obsessed with cappies. Can we all take a moment to
On-Chain Monkeys?
I don't know. I think they're fine. Or I mean, my aesthetic bias makes me say D, but I know that's not the entire algo.
I don't like them, but they have a reputation. I think they're a solid C. Okay. And I don't like them for not any good reason. I just didn't think I was never impressed with anything they did. And they kind of are that, that the whole we're first thing. To me, that is their only narrative, really. That's it. And I don't like that that's their identity, but they have the respect of people out there, and their main they're maybe the founder, their big talking, voice. I like his takes. Danny, I think, whatever. I'm not gonna remember his name, but I'm starting to warm up a little, I guess.
Okay. This is actually coming together pretty well. We did put Quantum Cats in B yesterday. Also, Noggles are in B. There's a lot to the Nouns ecosystem. Like that, there's a lot.
There's 3 that you need to bring into this.
Okay, yeah, bring it. That's what we'll end with.
Crypto Undeads, OMB, Unchained Maxibiz, and you need to bring in my Cappies.
God damn it.
Okay.
The fucking
we either get Cappies on there or we deal with Biggie going crazy.
Is this not it?
No.
Look, Gimme the Loot is saying that we need a segment of the show where people call in and pitch their trades and their alpha for 30 seconds and then we can respond. I fucking love this idea. Can we figure out how to get an audio all in and just
you can get them? Like we need to get one of those 800 number kind of things so that we don't get spammed personally. Constantly, but that would be fun,
guys. That needs to be the Friday night show. It's the Rate My Bags. It's the caller call in. Like that would be killer.
Oh my god, hilarious!
What were the other two guys? We need to get these last couple added in here.
Unchained Maxi Business.
OMB, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
Cappies. Do not fade the Cappies, sir.
He has a Cappy shaped chip on his shoulder.
Dude,
or is that a tattoo? You have a Cappy tattoo already?
Biggie, send me a link to OMB. I cannot find it.
Ordinal Maxi Business.
Yeah, that's Ordinal Maxi Business. I was saying Unchained Maxi Business, didn't I?
Ordinal Maxi Business.
That was my bad, bro.
We don't use Streamlabs. The Schiller.
Dude, the Schiller, has he been around in the show? Dude, I'm fucking loving his takes, dude. Welcome. Please come back often.
Great takes. Knox also saying I would be here for a Friday Rate My Bag show.
All right. Last one, Cappy's NFT. Do we guys, in your experience, are we missing any's? I know Biggie just gave us 3. So I need y'all's takes on if we're missing anything.
Your mom.
Plus that fucking Schiller. And I fucking dig your mutant, man. What the fuck was that?
I already made it. I already made it to Nifty Q's mom's house and back during that little interlude there. Yeah, that's efficiency. That's real business right there. That's ordinal maxi biz going down at Nifty Q's mom's house. I'll run the show, y'all. Thanks for joining, especially the new ones. Again, if there's really new people hopping into the space, so glad that you're here. Q's trying to put me on the spot right now, and I don't know why. Like he thinks that's gonna not work out or backfire somehow. But this is NFT Live, and this has been a long ass show. We've been going for almost 2 hours. So for those of you again who have stuck around for the whole time, especially those of you who've licked the like already, y'all are fucking goated. We appreciate y'all a ton. We'll be back tomorrow with more NFT Live, and it probably will be other people other than just me hanging out here. We'll see. I don't know. Q, like should I just run the show tomorrow too? Is this the new show? All right, let's get to some more comments. Easy and Crypto's here saying OVOT. That means our.
All right, welcome back. I blacked out. Sorry, I don't know what happened. The board, the soundboard is just weird.
Easy and Crypto says OVOT. Yo, shout out Easy, fucking legend.
All right, since nobody had anything to take besides my mom. Okay, go ahead.
Do Tensorians belong on here?
Tensorians are here.
Tensorians, yes. Oh, there they are.
There they are.
And we got the Mad Lads.
I think there was one other. Hang on.
Like Boogles, you mean? From Solana? From where? From what chain?
I'm literally looking through the leaderboard, just looking for
What
Project
train
2.
does he come from? Don't do that, Q. I saw that.
What
Do
is
not-
where does ordinal maxi business go here?
At the very least with Quantum Cats, if not a little bit above, but no, I'll leave him in Quantum Cats right now. There.
Does Jokio belong on here yet?
I heard we've actually got the final word that they were moving shit around.
That's wash trading, bro. So, dude, I would love for you to go back and look at that and tell me if I'm wrong. But when I went to go try and look at that volume, it looks like it's all amongst the same people, that it's all actually just transfers and not sales. So I don't know, maybe I'm not understanding it, but when you also look at the unique holder ratio on that collection, it looks shady. So the fact that they've been doing so much volume to be in like the top 5 NFT collections for fucking months, and it's all transfers when I go look at it, that feels like just washes.
Where do you look at it, by the way?
What is it? Joe Pegs and whatever marketplaces I could find on Avalanche.
Gotcha.
Dude.
But yeah, like when I went a couple weeks ago to try and double check, there was no sales happening. It was all just transfers.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. I would check that marketplace like on CryptoSlam. It's sales.
Forgotten
Runes.
Club.
Yeah, you're right. Forgotten Runes. Okay, Crypto Undead's OMB. So we got OMB there. Crypto Undeads.
I mean, they're moving. They're bobbing and a weaving. Let's see. It's a fairly
and
new.
a weaving.
Yeah,
It's like a C category thing to do. Bobbing and weaving.
Well, they're a fairly new community project, right? But like,
there we go.
They're doing okay. You guys are such dicks, but that's fine.
Did you hear your octave on that? You're like, they're kind of working it out. Like,
they're doing it.
Weaving, like it's a boxing term. Like I'm trying.
Yeah, if you're under attack.
Okay, all right on. That would be the rope-a-dope, sir. But okay, yeah.
Float like a butterfly, stick like a bee. You know.
Right, you think Cappy's belongs in C? Do you? You think Cappy's belongs in the Dob colony category? You really do?
Okay, fine. You know what? I'm gonna give it to you, especially since you chose the roadkill Cappy there.
That's the number one.
But leave it there. Leave it there. It'll climb up the ranks like
all another Cappy for you.
You will see. These fucking Cappies are like
Piggy,
mountain goats.
Send me your Cappy on Discord. I'll get it in there. Send me your best Cappy.
My favorite Cappy.
Send me your best.
You got him naked.
Right on.
Like in Mulan.
Give him that naked Cappy.
Dude.
All right, I'm closing out the poll. Let's see where we put Neo Tokyo. B for Neo Tokyo. Wow, that's the community getting involved there. You love to see it.
That's close though. I don't know. That's maybe we should rerun the poll. That was almost like down the middle.
This is not the Republican Democratic runoff, sir. We're good. We're not rerunning any votes.
How did we shoehorn politics in here?
Because it's funny.
Oh, grapes.
Grapes. No, not yet, guys.
Interesting. No, but they're talking about the OG grapes.
Oh, yeah. Great Ape Society. Okay.
All right.
Or wait, the Animoca grapes?
No, this is
Great Ape Society.
Okay.
Yeah, it's confusing. I'm not gonna lie, it's a hard name to own. I think they're working on that, but
okay.
Interesting though, right? Like we have Polygon, NFTs, we have
Jesus Christ.
You love to see it, don't lie. You have Polygon, we have Solana, we have fucking BTC and ETH. The one that just can't fucking seem to make it into this board is AVAX NFTs. If you're listening, step your game up, AVAX. It's incredible that you're in the second cycle and you still, I don't know. I know there's some that are doing well, but come on. Oh, Kaiju Kings are fucking
Kaiju Kings are they're a pretty legit collection. But they'd still probably be
Pandas also. Yes.
They'd probably be C or D though.
Kaiju Kings, what do you want?
Okay, dude, I would say at least to C. Kaijus they're not as big over here. I think like they have like a very big Asia
I think
fan base.
This C category is a little muddy for me. Like I think what we're doing with B is okay.
We got to be tough on
The
them.
C
We gotta be
category
tough.
is all over the place.
A Kid Called Beast is there. Hamoon on D. There he is.
Goons.
Goons
All right,
on-
I think we're gonna wrap up here in the next 2 minutes. Any last ones to get in here before we close out the 16th edition? And next time we will do a full
Kampai
dedicated.
Kampai Pandas. Yeah, those are like big with the UFC folk, which is strange to me. I know like
UFC folk.
John Bon Jones like rocks them, and a couple of others. But yeah, like I think they're in several chains. They're doing some cool stuff. I think they should be in the convo for sure. Dude, I like this board, man. Honestly, I don't know. We have a very nice varietal of, different chains, different animals.
This algo is getting more sophisticated by the day. I mean, there's just so much data and so many different inputs, so much on-chain data that's now being fed into the back end of the RateMyBags algorithm. It's just
proprietary.
It's proprietary tech, and I don't know if everybody watching actually understands the amount of work and development that goes into something like bringing you RateMyBags.
On Gifted's, tyrant attacker. What is it? Hamoon.
Cappy's
to
on
talk.
E.
You've
To be fair, there
obviously
probably
never
should be
been
like an E
fun
category.
in your life.
Also-
If you hate on those cute cappies, I really think you've had a troubled childhood.
Huda,
You've been held in your life.
Huda, do we have time for this or no? This do you have a quick take here or what's going on?
I still don't know enough about it, but I mean, he had a longer post in Discord, explaining just a little more on the back end of it, not specifically how he's being attacked, but
Got it.
I mean, it's interesting. I do want to dive in. I'm going
All
to look in the Discord, see if there's more comments.
Pizza
on it.
Ninjas you could bring in
Pizza
too.
Ninjas, yeah, I was gonna say, but also I wanted to shout out. You know what? I would not have this fabulous, one of a kind VFriends gnome pillow if it wasn't for VCon1, Gary V, and the Fee Friends. So just know if you're feeling down about yourself, I still think very highly of you, especially when I play like air guitar with it and get to hang out with it on the show. I definitely snuggle with it and like can spoon it in different ways. It's a great size for that. So shout out VFriends for that keepsake. You just dropped him down. Wow.
What a great show today.
That was the
happens.
opposite.
Pizza
effect.
Ninjas.
Sometimes that happens. All right, folks, we're going to go around the quad box. Thank you for joining us on NFT Live today. We will be back for the whole shenanigan tomorrow.
For more violence.
Be after it. Get after. We don't even get after it. We be after it. Biggie Poppins, Huda, Gifted. Let's go around the box. Also, J Yacht. I'm going to go find you after this episode here. Biggie Poppins, what's up?
Dude. OVOT fam. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings us. But this was a fun one. I had a good time. I'm surrounded by apes. Let's see what see what tomorrow brings. OVOT.
Love it. Tell you what, guys, I'm actually in the Yuga Labs family now. And I guess it was before. I've had another deed. I have a couple oddities. Right? I'm in. Right. I mean, no, I did buy him so I could watch NFT Stats show. That ain't happening, but
dude,
I'm in.
You got some fire Gremlin art there. I mean, I don't know. If you're a Gremp fan,
If I didn't think it would look weird, I think we could like all touch tips.
Oh my god, can we try?
Oh,
wow, what the fuck?
That's electric. That was electric.
I feel it.
That needs to be how we end every episode.
Dude, my glizzy is fully glazed right now.
Oh god.
Dude, okay. Right. Send this out of here, Gift. Jesus.
No.
Look.
The Wookiee call.
Yes, we gotta get Huda to say verb or chur before we finish. But look, our vibe, our tribe, especially great to see maybe some new people in here. We will be back tomorrow. Check out gifted.com for information about Droppers, is my upcoming generative AI collection. Only 111, and I am giving out whitelists and OG whitelists right now. So hit me up on X as well if you're interested. Appreciate you all. Had a great time today. So Huda, you got to take us out, bro. You know what to do.
Can we do it while we touch again? There we go. Oh, I almost did it legitimately there. Our vibe, our term.